Thank you.
So, is this microphone on? It was on a minute ago. You ready?
Turn the other one up.
Yeah. How's that? Is it better? Yeah?
To be fair, you sounded better when it was off.
Okay, yeah. So, without further ado, Larry, whenever I speak to an illustrious fighter like yourself, I like to go back to the start of the story. It's been documented that you left school around 13 and initially took a job in a car wash for $1 an hour. And I believe during that period, before you became such a distinguished exponent of the sweet science, you were no stranger to a street fight?
Oh yeah, you know, working in the jet car wash, making $1 an hour, that was a lot of money for me, you know what I mean? And you might not think it was a lot of money then, but you know, when you're young, when you're out of school, and you get an opportunity to work at a place that will pay you every week for the hours that you work, I did that, and I was working at the jet car wash. And guess what? To this day, that car wash not called Jet no more, but it's still there.
Wow. Did you ever go back and visit?
I go by it a lot. Sometimes I send my car down to get washed.
Okay.
And I'm not down there washing, so that's the thing about it.
So look, we ain't doing questions yet, Teddy Bam Bam. Just because you look a bit like a sawn-off version of Larry Holmes, you don't get to talk this early, okay? He does too much, you mean. Listen, so, as I say, I believe...
my mic is making a lot of noise.
I don't know if it's mine or yours, to be honest with you.
If you turn it down a little bit more, maybe...
Maybe, yeah. I'll talk louder if need be.
Matter of fact, I don't even need a mic, do I?
Listen, so as I say, we're going to talk about how you began boxing as an amateur initially.
My wife
age
said I had
19.
a big mouth. I don't need a mouth.
Yeah. You started boxing, I believe, age 19 at first, under the tutelage of a guy called Earnie Butler in eastern Pennsylvania.
Ernie Butler was a prisoner guard working in Eastern, and he tried to help a lot of the young people. I help a lot of people while we was in Eastern, keeping them out of jail. He don't want to teach them and help them while they're in jail, so he had a membership card to the PAL, and that's where we used to go train, and he taught me the basics of learning how to fight.
When everybody ever mentions the name Larry Holmes, one thing that you're synonymous with is most people are likely to say, take a poll, any pub, anybody who knows boxing, they say, greatest jab in history, greatest left jab. Now, what I want to know, did you have that jab at the outset or not?
No, well, you know, I developed my jab, and the way I developed the jab is watching other fighters fight. And one of the pleasures that I had was get an opportunity to work with Muhammad Ali,
of course,
in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, and that was like 50 miles from me. And we used to drive up there, and I watched him train, and all of a sudden he gave me a job helping around there, being a sparring partner part-time, and not hurting me because I was just a young person trying to learn how to fight.
Do you remember vividly your very first spar with Muhammad Ali?
I remember, I know the first fight, and it's something that I didn't want because, you know, I was a sparring partner for like 4 years. I knew exactly what he can do and how he can do it, and I didn't want to fight Muhammad because they were going to say two things: either he beat me and I was never no good, or I beat him and he was too old. So you know what I had to do? I had to go out there and do what I had to do to beat him. But a lot of people was betting on Muhammad Ali. At the time, he was 38 years old. I was like 31 or 32, you know. And in the prime of my life, just I won the title from Norton. And now I'm going to fight one of the great fighters of all time, and a guy that I learned to love over the years because he helped me in the game of boxing. And when I didn't want to fight Ali. When I got in the ring, I wanted to show him that I could do what I got to do. I wanted to respect right off the bat, because Muhammad Ali, you know, talked a lot of stuff, and he'd trick you and fool you, and I didn't want that to happen to me. So I told him that I'm not playing, and I had to go out there to show it.
You got a lot of credit during and after the Ali fight for the kind of restraint you showed to a hero and a friend of yours. That you weren't spiteful about it. You did what you had to do to win. Can I ask you a couple of things? One, did you think Ali, before the fight, did you imagine he was going to be in better shape than that, or did you believe he was that shot to bits at the time?
Well, I didn't care what kind of shape he's gonna be in, and I really didn't pay that no mind because I was me. I was strong and ready to go, and you know he was getting in shape, but I knew what I could do, you know, to Muhammad because I had worked with him as a sparring partner for 4 years, and so when I went in there, I was ready. I was ready, and unfortunately, he wasn't ready like he should have been. Ali had took a lot, and whatever he was doing didn't get in real good shape, I don't think, but.
Thyroid pills.
But yeah, he was in the best shape that he could probably get into coming up to that fight. But, you know, we went out there and I boxed. He tried. I boxed. And, you know, going into the rounds, I said, Ali, don't take no more punches. I said, because, you know, I'm tearing you up, man. Don't take no more punches. And he told me to shut up.
I remember you once said that sometimes in clinches and stuff like that, you said Ali would say things I never believed Muhammad would ever say.
He would cuss me out, call me every name in the book. He'd say some things to me that I know is not in the book. But he was trying to, you know, get me to lose my temper, and I didn't do it. Ali was one hell of a guy. He would get your mind going, and you get to thinking about something different, and then he'll take advantage of you.
Can we shoot back a little bit in the story? I think it's fair to say that you were a heavyweight that the industry didn't want to succeed. You weren't supposed to get where you got to. You weren't. And your first test, so far as I recall, was Roy Tiger Williams, tough fight, back in 1976.
He was a big guy, strong. I worked with him in the gym when he was working with Muhammad Ali, and he get punched. You know, so you know he's the kind of guy you don't want to fight because you know you might not come out like you want to. And that was forced on me. That fight was pushed on me. I had fought another guy a month before that. Don King called me up, said, "I got a fight for you. I want you over here." I went up there and said, "I got a fight for you." I said, "Who's the Roy Williams?" I'm like, "No, not me. Larry Holmes is not fighting Roy Williams because I just fought 10 days to 12 days before that." But he insists that I sign the contract and fight Roy Williams, that I might get the opportunity to fight for the title. So that was the pressure that he put on me. And I took the fight, and I won the fight with Roy Williams. As a matter of fact, I broke my right hand on the right hook to the body, and my thumb got caught on his elbow, and I busted my thumb, and I went into the hospital. They fixed it up, and then I couldn't wait to go back into the gym because I'm rolling now. I'm really hot. And I went back in the gym and I broke it again. That gave me another 3 months off, so therefore we just took our time and waited to take Hayden.
On that progression towards the World Heavyweight Championship, everybody remembers the epic rematch with Earnie Shavers, but you actually boxed him and beat him over 12 rounds in 1978.
Yeah.
And you were handling pretty easy the first time around.
Yeah, you know, hey, listen, I was learning and learned how to fight and learn how to take care of myself and more determined to continue to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Because so many people down me, they doubted me. They said, you ain't gonna be nothing, you ain't gonna be champion. Your legs are too small, you're a copycat of Muhammad Ali, you're not gonna be anything. You ain't gonna be nothing, you ain't gonna be nothing. And I said, you watch me, you watch me. And you know, getting the opportunity to fight for the title, and to winning the title, and to hold on to my title, that meant more to me than any amount of money that anybody could offer. But yet I was fighting for the money, so that meant a whole lot. So Ali fight done me a lot of good because I was able to get the Muhammad Ali off my back. You can't beat Ali, you ain't nothing, you can't beat. And when I beat him and all that stuff changed, people were not looking at me like a guy that was just a sparring partner. They looked at me with a guy that had a lot of potential. And fight after fight, with Kenny Norton, with the Earnie Shavers, you know, I had to prove that I had the potential, that I was capable of holding the title for as long as I did. Nobody thought that I had the title for 7.5 years, longer than anybody in boxing history now, except for that.
Except for Joe Louis.
No, except for Joe Louis. And my record stands for itself. Joe Louis was the man. He was my man, a fighter that was fighting, you know, his heart out, you know. And nobody thought that I ever would be in that position. And I showed them with 49 straight fights and 49 straight wins with 44 KO.
48 wasn't Larry?
Yeah, and
Annoyingly.
that was the record that had to be, but so we got somebody came in and spoiled that, but nevertheless,
Well, I'll talk to you about that later.
I was one of the greatest fighters of all time. And I'm not gonna let nobody take that away from me.
Well, that certainly ain't going to take it away. That when you won the vacant WBC heavyweight title versus Ken Norton, in what culminated in what is roundly regarded as arguably the best round in heavyweight history, the 15th round, did you think it was all on that round?
Well, you know what? That was the best fight for me. I didn't know if I was going to win or lose it. My corner was saying they had me ahead by 6 points. You win by 6 points. So don't go out there and fight him. Don't go out there and get careless.
Just be cool.
Just be cool and win the round. You won the fight. No, Kenny Norton wouldn't let me do that. Kenny Norton wanted to fight. He fought. He hit me, and I hit him and hit him and hit each other. I mean, we was back and forth, hitting each other, you know? And come down to that 15 round. Remember what I'm saying, 15 rounds. It could have went any way. The scoreboard had me 1 point winning the fight. I know they had it even. And whoever will get that extra point will be the heavyweight champion of the world. And I didn't know this going in there. I didn't know this. And I fought. I gave it all my all. And if I didn't do that, I would not be sitting here as the former heavyweight boxing champion of the world.
Do you still enjoy watching your old fights? Do you watch them?
I watch some fights. I don't want to watch them all because they look like they don't really try hard as I did or work as
No,
hard.
I'm talking. Do you like to watch Larry Holmes fights still? Do you like to? Do you enjoy?
No, I don't like to watch Larry Holmes fights too much because I still get nervous. I still move, jog, and I don't want my wife to look at me funny. You know what I mean?
I was going to ask Diane about that.
You know what they say about us fighters, man. You fight a lot of fights. You know they say we're crazy. We don't, too many punches, and But there's a lot of guys take too many drinks that night. You know, they feel the way I was feeling. But I like to watch them like clips.
Yeah.
I like to see like it's on
highlights.
TV or something. Watch it for a few minutes and go off. I don't like to sit there and watch the whole fight.
I've already been through it once.
Yeah, because I be doing all this.
So Larry, the next great landmark after capturing the title on your record was the rematch with Earnie Shavers when you got up somehow from what many people, Mills Lane certainly said it was the hardest one-shot right hand he'd ever seen.
Well, you know,
in all
Mills
his
Lane
years.
should keep his mouth shut because he didn't feel it. I felt it. Mills Lane is a great referee. I mean, he's a great guy. I wanted him to referee the fight. But he didn't feel now punch that Earnie Shavers hit me with.
You once said it was so hard, that's why you got up. You said because it was like electric shock.
He hit me, he hit me so damn hard. I don't know, when I hit the floor, I woke up. I think he hit me too damn hard. I tell Ernie this all the time. If he didn't hit me as hard as he hit me, he'd have won the fight. He'd knocked me out. But he hit me so hard, when I hit the floor, I bounced. I think it woke me up, you know. And then I looked up, and Ernie Shavers, he was dancing around, looking, you know, like really happy. You know, he had me down on the floor. And I was just, damn, you know. So I had to crawl up. I crawled up. Everybody would say, get up, Champ. My wife over there, I'm looking at her crying and stuff like that. Get up, get up, get up. And I got on up, you know what I mean? Ernie said, oh, shit. He up. Ernie knew he was going to be in trouble once I got up because he knows I was mad for him hitting me like that.
For sure. And then obviously you stopped him in the 11th and moved on. There was another little scare against one Ronaldo Mr. Snipes just before the Gerry Cooney fight when a lot of money could have gone down the drain that night, Larry, in the 7th round.
I took a risk. I took a risk. We never knew too much about Snipes. We went out there because it was like supposed to be in the tune-up to fight Gerry Cooney. Mm-hmm. And I went out there boxing. The 6th and 7th round come along. I messed around. He, bam! He hit me in my knee. He hit me, knocked the heck out of me. I mean, things went in my head, you know. And I said, oh, I got to get this guy. So I moved around the ring, stuck around there, and I came back and I stopped playing. I stopped messing around and I went to work. Then eventually I took him out.
Then that brought you into into the natural super fight with Gerry Cooney, 1982, June 6th, I believe. Now,
Whatever, I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's June.
it was June 1982. It was a very racially charged atmosphere back in America in 1982 then, and I believe that you felt there was a lot of the powers that be were angling towards the coronation of this new Caucasian heavyweight champion of the world, and they were setting you up.
But you know, it's like if you guys play, who's the enemy around here?
Muslims.
The Muslims.
That's what the people say. They demonize them. No, I'm not saying that.
The Muslims are nice people. You know what I mean? I got some of my best friends are Muslims, so you know. Like England playing like France or somebody. Everybody for England. Everybody or Scotland. You know what I mean? Like
that. Never got on very well with the Germans.
And you work hard. You work to beat them, and you want to beat them so you can have the bragging right. You know what I mean? And that's all that was with that. But they try to make a racial thing out of a black-white thing. Gerry Cooney's white, I'm black, as you see. And, and they wanted Gerry Cooney to win.
There was a phone line to President Reagan in his dressing room?
That's what they say. I can't confirm it because, you know.
You're in your dressing room.
But I'm doing my thing. And Gerry, I told Gerry, I said, look, man, it's you and me going to be in that ring fighting. You're going to be trying to knock me out, and I'm going to be trying to knock you out. You know, I said, but I'm not mad at you. And don't be mad at me. I don't hate you, don't hate me. I said, half of my family is white, so don't even come with that black-white stuff. Because I got like little nieces and nephews and grandkids over there are white, and I gotta go to them. I love my grandkids and stuff like that. And we don't really care about that. But some of the handlers, Don King, he wanted to do that, he wanted to build it up with a racial fight. And Gerry Cooney's people wanted to build it up as a racial fight so they could get all the money. It wasn't about black or white, it was about green. And that's what Don King and Gerry Cooney wanted. Gerry Cooney, we're not mad at each other, we don't know each other. We know that we're gonna have a good fight. And when the bell rang, ding, I went to him, I says, let's have a good fight. And we had a good fight. I stopped him. In
13 rounds.
Yeah, and then what happened was, he was still pissed off. He was mad because he didn't win. And I went to him, I said, Gerry, listen, man, we fought. You did a great job, man. You fought me. You fought the heck out of me. I said, don't let people get to you. And he was still not saying anything to me. And then he started messing around with drugs and stuff like that. And that was not good for Gerry. And then they sent him into rehab. But when he got out, I called him. I said, Gerry, meet me so we can have lunch together so we can talk about this. Don't be mad at me. And I ain't mad at you, at Gerry. Don't let people get to you because people are crazy. They say different things. Manipulate. And you and I, Gerry and I are good friends. I just called him in there.
Called him upstairs, yeah.
I just called him. And he wasn't there, he called me back.
He's famous.
And I'm going to bring him over here soon, Spencer, get his money together.
Yeah. I do recall you got hit low a couple of times that night in that fight. And after the fight, I recall you saying, jocularly, I was going to have sex tonight, but I think I'll call it off.
My wife was pregnant at that time. Anyway. The joke was, Gerry, you're trying to ruin my future. You know what I mean? I want to make more kids. You know, if you keep hitting me low, well, there go my future. And that's those jokes that I was telling Gerry, and we laughed about it, talked about it. But fighting has been great to me. It's great for me, and I accomplished a lot of things in boxing. We've come from a very poor family at Custer, Georgia, with sharecroppers. We had nothing. We had welfare. We had Army, Navy, surplus food, and people was giving us that so that we can survive. The clothes that somebody else wore, we used to wear them and have them because we didn't have anything. And boxing is turned that table so that we can have it. When I became champion, everybody thought I made a lot of money, which I didn't, but I made enough to put down on my house for my mom so that she can have a home and help my brothers and help my sisters. I didn't have a whole lot of money, but I had enough. And as I worked in the game of boxing and kept winning, the money started coming in, and I was able to do a little bit more and a little bit more for them and for myself, you know. And I think I was one of the luckiest guys in the world because I met a woman that I fell in love with, and she's with me right now. I want to introduce her, my wife, Diane.
Larry.
Because she was one of the best, you know, for me. And we've been together now 36 years. It'll be 37 years in a few more days. Well, she's up in the window over there. She's up in the window. She's a big ham, you know what I mean? But we got 2 kids, you know, and my son is, how old is Larry? 32? 32, and my daughter's 34. Yeah, so, you know, we've been together, you know, a long time, and we care for our kids, and we care for our friends, and we do things with our friends, you know. This is the guy over there, he's my bodyguard, he's my security, he's my brother-in-law. And Jay Newman, he's here, he's my public relations person, he gets me different jobs, spots like that. And the other lady up there with my wife, the white girl, see, I told you, it's in my family, he married her, that's his wife. And we got Debbie over there. Tell her to look out the window so that everybody can see her.